Hey guys, welcome back to the Harry H. Yuan channel. This week, I'm gonna cover something very near and dear to my heart. How to gourmetify your backpacking food. Now, a big part of my existence is to eat well. I'm so about eating well. So one of the hardest things for me to do was go backpacking because all you have is that, dehydrated food, and it's not that good. Well, some of it's good. I have some recommendations of certain flavors that I think are the better flavors and certain brands that I think are the better brands, but there's ways to upgrade your backpacking food that are very simple things. This is a video for weekend backpackers. If you are going to do the PCT or you're doing a really long 1-week backpacking trip, this might not apply to you. These are things I've taken with me on a 2 to 5 day trip that I have found to be helpful. First up on the list is coffee. How do you up your coffee game? Surprise, AeroPress. Why bring an AeroPress? Well, an AeroPress is a little bit bulky, but I figured out a special way to store the coffee grounds in the back part, in the butt, to buy a little extension that is a rubber extension. And I have been able to successfully put 6 cups of coffee in this section. Do grind your beans ahead of time. I know, sacrilegious for all my coffee people, but you're taking this out into the backpacking wilderness. And if you're doing that and you have ground beans with an AeroPress, you're gonna have really good coffee. What I have found personally is to use the Fellow brand pour spout, because it just flies out of there and it makes it so much easier. It's just a little tiny butthole. It's kind of cute. It's got this little butthole in it.
And the cleanup is this simple.
The last thing is, and it's not just for coffee, you can use it for tea, coconut creamer. That's right, dehydrated coconut powder. Put it in a separate little container, take it out there with you, drop it in, let it melt, and you have yourself a coconut cappuccino. Okay, maybe not a cappuccino, but a coconut coffee. Next up is your oatmeal in the morning. Use a double-walled cup if you can. Muir mug, Arctic, Yeti, they're all the same, in all honesty. It's a good way to make your own oatmeal. Oatmeal is offered in the dehydrated food category. However, I don't recommend you buy the backpacker brand oatmeal. Make your own. It's actually really simple. You can buy instant oats from multiple different places, and then you can add extra things. This one in particular had
Dehydrated strawberry,
maple sugar. You can add a little flax, you can add a little chocolate, you can add different grains. After you've taken it, cooked it in your double-walled container, add the little other crunchy bits, other granola-y stuff, and you can chuck it in there and you have a little crunch in your oatmeal. This is my preferred backpacker breakfast. Now, normally I'm a bacon and eggs kind of guy, but if you're going backpacking, making your own oats and eating that is actually really good. And it's quick and it's easy, and you get the nutrition that you need to move on. Another easy food upgrade is to make your own trail mix. There's so many trail mixes out there, and you can buy your own trail mix, but then what happens? You always end up with something like, this white chocolate chip that you don't really want, or like this disgusting dried banana that is not that good, that you're like, why is this dried banana in there? No. We want the best dried banana, dried plantains. You want that dried pineapple, whatever it is, you get to make it. You make your own. There's really nothing better than freshly made trail mix. It's really not that hard. It just takes a little bit of prep. So much better than buying a brand of trail mix.
Andrea's trail mix. It's the shit.
Now we gotta talk about upgrading your MRE. There are a few different ways to upgrade your MRE that I think are really pertinent. Number 1 is to bring chopped kale with you. You don't even have to bring chopped kale. You can bring the baby kale that you buy in that package and you just open that and put it in. If you take some of that kale and you pop it into your food with boiling water and you let it sit with it for 20 minutes, you're gonna have greens in your nutrition.
and if you're like me and want extra protein, I like to put in Patagonia's prepackaged salmon.
The reason why I chose kale is because it lasts longer in a bag without refrigeration. Probably can do spinach, it's just a little bit more fragile. Of the backpacker dehydrated foods, that curry from Maine is the best one.
Oh yeah. Fish curry. So good. This is what I want for dinner. Fish curry.
Another way to upgrade your MRE, as well as anything else that's savory or sweet, depending on what you want, is a chili flake. You get to use a lot of it. So that's what's great about a chili flake. If you want it really spicy, you can put like 3 pinches, 4 pinches. If you want it not so spicy, you can just sprinkle a little bit on it. Even if you don't do the kale, the chili flake is a really good upgrade. But with chili flake and kale, woo, you're gonna have some good food. Another easy food trick is to cut carrots, cucumber, or even celery to have on the trail. And I know that's extra weight and you might not want that weight, but when you're doing a 3 to 5 day trip or even a 2-day trip or one nighter, it's really nice to have that fresh crunch. And I will tell you that carrots and celery will last 3 days without refrigeration. Now let's talk about drinks. An Electrolight Tablet. I'm a big fan of the Noon Electrolyte Tablets because they just taste better and they add a little effervescence into your water. If you notice, I put them in the platypus bag. I like to have a separate platypus bag. That's partially why one of the instructions in the previous video was to have a platypus bag, because when you have a platypus bag, you can add those Noon tablets and then it compresses down into nothing and you can put it in your side pouch, no problem. Another thing you can add if you're in the cannabis fan department are powdered cannabis drinks. That's right. I found a powdered cannabis drink which will give you the CBD and THC you need to recover from your hiking trail, and it tastes good too. It adds a little extra other drink flavor into the mix. I personally love drinks, and when I'm out backpacking, there's nothing more satisfying than having a flavor change, if you will. And to have a effervescent drink that might give you a little high, also really good. A lot of us take wine onto the trail because it's a higher percent of alcohol. I open it at the trailhead so that it doesn't oxidize as much, and then you can sip on an extra little lovely glass of wine on the trail, which is nice. So wine in a bag is really good, but also canned wine. If you're short on time, you don't want to put a bag into there, or you want a bag and some other stuff, but you don't want to have so many bags of wine, canned wine. Canned wine is really great because you can put it in the side pouch, you can put it in the front pouch. It's a really versatile thing. And we are living in a time where there are a lot of canned wines, and I'm pretty excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for canned wine. There's so many good canned wines out there right now. The She Can. There's also Love. I'll put a link of the different canned wines that I really like below so that if you want to order them online, you can. The river is your refrigerator. Of all the things that anything that you want to chill, put it in the river. I like to charge my double-walled cups even in the river, get it down to temperature, get it nice and cold, and then I'll put my wine in it. Because then you have cold wine that has been chilled by the river, as well as your cup that's already cold. So it keeps it extra cold. Just a way of doing it. I think it's great. One of the things I really like to do is to bring a cocktail on the trip. Now, this is a cocktail that is all booze. So then it preserves really well. You can make your own Negroni, your own Boulevardier, your own Vucari. Those are all really great camping cocktails, which is vermouth, a bitter, and a spirit. Really great to have that style of booze while you're on your trip. Your friends will thank you too. All right, those are all the tips I have for you this week. If you guys like my tips and you're gonna use some of them, even if you just use one of them, please give me a big thumbs up and tell your friends. If you have any videos that you'd like me to make, drop a message down in the comments below. That's really helpful for me to get that feedback so I can start trying to make some stuff that you might want me to make. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next Friday for another video. This woman-owned company, She Can, I mean, cheesy name, it's actually good.
will accept your cheesy naming and drink your can, because what is better than anything else when you are camping is a can of wine. Why wine? You don't want to trek 5%, 6% alcohol. No. You need to be up there at least at, I don't even know, 13%. Double at least. That's what we need. That's what we need right here. A she can.